I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. My love, you say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
We have breakout chart.
Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. See the horizon turn us to thousands, and we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And we'll go, through the wastelands,
That fact that you truly just feel different. It's not to be disrespectful towards anyone else, but it honestly feels like you have more inside you than other people have. Like you have that weird gift, that weird potential that you could say, hey, I can do something better than that person can. I don't deserve and I shouldn't be working in that 9-to-5 jobs. I have so much inside that I want to get out. I just don't know how to get it out. And I remember sitting on my college campus bench and the bell rang and every kid was going from class to class, class to class. And there were thousands of kids going from all these different classes. And I sat there on the bench and I just watched them. I sat there and I watched every single student go from different building. And I just thought to myself, when do we learn anything different? If I'm learning the same thing as 15,000 other kids, that means I'm going to have the same result as 15,000 kids.
Makes sense.
And every single kid I know who graduated college complained about their job, wasn't happy with their salary, worked a 9 to 5, had to pay off debt. The only way to truly be successful in life is at some point for you to do something different, for you to stand outside the crowd, for you to say, hey, I don't give a what someone else thinks about me. I'm going to go ahead and do it just because I want to do it.
Yeah. Drinking dope, turn me to a superhero. Yeah. Hit that pill, turn me to a superhero. Yeah. Boom, my 90, turn me to a superhero. Yeah. Metro, don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you. I'm on that dope again, I'm on that flow again, switch up the flow again, yeah. Fly in the parachute, gripping that pole again, I'm on that all again, yeah. Candy in the cup, gotta get paid, king in the streets, young mage, praying on the crowd, take it to the grave. Ain't having problems, I'm sipping the bar. Shout out to Dallas, my is a star. Get rich, ready to take it to war. Piss on your casket, shoot at your bra.
I'm losing it.
Ladies and gentlemen, getting ourselves all set, getting ourselves all ready to rock and roll on this day. I hope everyone is excited. I hope everyone is ready to go. I hope everyone is ready to rock. Traders, can we turn the energy up a little bit here? Can we get a little bit of the excitement going here? I mean, I know it's smack dab in the middle of the week right now. Some traders may be getting a little bit of their slump. Some traders may be hitting that little deck. It's been 3 days. I'm a little tired here. Wake up! Wake the fuck up! Wake up! It's Wednesday. It's time to make some money. It's time to make some cash. It's time to get after it here. 9-10 traders. Let's get ready to see what we have. Let's get ready to see what's going to be coming on up here. Got 20 minutes left on this day. Mary Jane, I like the attitude I got going on today. Golden Paquito, I like what you're feeling here today. Team, we got to go over it all as we always do. Make sure that every single trader is absolutely dialed in here. We're coming off last night off a huge New York Rangers win. Anyone stay up last night and watch that game? Man, what a good game. New York Rangers winning, coming out on top in double OT. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Team, let's talk about today. Let's talk about what we're seeing. Let's talk about where this momentum is taking us. Let's talk about what we have at this time. So, S&P 500 team, today's a big day. Now, why is it a big day? Well, it really just comes on down to the pure fact that the S&P 500 has now had 5 green days in a row. And as we have had 5 green days in a row, people are asking themselves, is a pullback due? Is today going to be a big dropping day? Is today going to be a huge red day where we start seeing everything fade and turn and drop and get ugly and ugly and ugly and ugly? And the thing is, the S&P 500 at this time, it does have some areas to fall down to before we hit support. It does have some old resistance. There are some big areas that we got to talk about. So what I always like to do is try to start very broad and then get more narrow as I go. So right now I'm taking a look into a 30-minute time frame. Okay, we're in a 30-minute time frame at this moment, and I can clearly see we have a ton of support all the way back down towards this area. Probably right back down towards around like 5, 10, 50. If we ever fell all the way back down towards around 510.50, this would be the best area for you to get some sort of dip buy and bounce play. 510.50 would be the area that you guys want to get involved in. As you can see, a top resistance fade on down, top resistance fade on down. You can get a good idea that the S&P 500 would bounce here. But that would be, again, a $5 drop, which would be a pretty significant drop on today. Is it possible? Absolutely. So, but let's see what's a little bit better. Well, we also do have our top resistance all the way up towards around this 518.55 mark. So when I take a look at 518.55, that's still about a $2.50 or almost $3 spike away. We have 510, which is very strong support. That's a little too far away. Which way is momentum going to go? And can we actually get a little bit of tighter support and resistance? So what I'm going to do is go into a little bit of a smaller time frame here. Little bit of a smaller time frame. You guys can already see I kind of drew out this trend line from earlier. This trend line is cracked. We really don't need this trend line anymore. What I would say at this point is let's figure out how low is the S&P 500 going to fall on down to before some sort of bounce play. Now, I think the best area for a dip buy and a bounce play would either be, number one, right at 515. 515 is a very strong support line. And you know what, guys? We might bounce right at the start of the day, right at 515. The other option would be, again, an old spiking high, which I have right here. Top resistance at the price of 512.75. Top resistance, 512.75, 512.75, bounce play right here at 512.75. Top resistance at 515, 515, bounce play, bounce play, bounce play at 515. So all I'm looking for when I'm looking for support is I'm looking for old resistance lines that match on up with current support areas. Where did we have trouble in the past that is now going to hold up as a nice support area? So that 512.65 mark, 512.75 mark is great. You guys can also see we have a top resistance line right at 515. Top resistance at 515, a breakout at 515, but then we bounce at 515, then we bounce at 515. So the thing is, right now you can definitely tell that that 515 area is definitely some line of support for us. Last but not least, maybe again like 414.75, maybe I'll even just kind of have it right around that 415.80 mark. So our first main line of support is going to be that 414.80 towards 415, that 20-cent region. That is going to be a great area that we can get some sort of dip buy and bounce play back on up towards this play. Now, as for the S&P 500, yes, we do have our top resistance all the way up towards around 518.70, but there are going to be a little bit more, I think, relevant areas of resistance. Relevant areas. Number one, you guys can take a look at how many times did we have consolidation or a bounce off this area of 516.50. Take a look over on this play. Can you guys realize that we bounce off 516.50 and bounce off 516.50 and bounce off 516.50 mark? There's a lot of bouncing right off that 516.50 area. So the thing is, that's going to be holding up as resistance. So while we started very far away from each other, I'm going to say that kicking this day on off, it's going to be more within this region. And I think everyone would agree with me on this region that says, all right, Dek, yep, I could see a bounce play here. I could see a bounce play here. I could see a bounce play here. Yes, Dek, I could definitely see again what you're thinking when we're looking for, again, dip buys down towards around 414.80, dip buy right here. But we are starting to turn and fade. So S&P 500, let's think about the pros here. The pros is the S&P 500 has been moving up for the last 5 days in a row. The S&P 500 has been very hot for the last 5 days in a row. The S&P 500 is currently down $1.62 already. We could see a bounce play off around 515 support. Okay, so these are the good things. What are the bad things? Well, after having a $5 day or a 5-day streak of spiking, we could definitely see a reversal. The S&P 500 also does have a big head and shoulders pattern right now. I know a lot of you guys have probably been watching that and been looking at that, where you guys take a look over on the SPY here. And what can you guys see? SPY, we do have shoulder here, head here, shoulder here, which led to the sell-off. You guys can see typical head and shoulders pattern. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, sell-off. So you guys can see, I drew this out this morning, and that has been leading towards that nice drop. That has been leading towards that nice sell-off. This was when we're at the price of 516. We started seeing this fade. We went all the way on down towards the price of 514.97. So the S&P 500 definitely got that nice head and shoulder sell-off opportunity towards it. It really just comes on down to this morning, as in which way do you think momentum is going to go? Which way do you think momentum is going to head towards? Is there going to be enough momentum to spike this back up towards this top red line of 516.50? Or is the S&P 500 going to drop on down towards around 514.70 and then go from there? So if I had to take a guess right now, what do I think is going to happen? I am leaning towards a little bit more towards the call side. I'm leaning a little bit more towards the bounce play side. If we can fall back down towards, 514.70, 514.80, get a quick dip buy and try to work ourselves on up. And the reason why I say that is it just seems like it's very difficult to ever go against the market. And you guys can take a look over that on the S&P 500 for the following months. I mean, take a look. The S&P 500, what does it do most days? Does it move up most days, or do we move down? Yeah, guys, we get our little streaks of down. We get our little streaks of red days. We get our little streaks of dropping. We get our little streaks of selling. We get our little streaks of ugliness. But the majority of the time, it is moving up, 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 up. The majority of the time, we are consistently climbing. So we do see a lot more hype and we see a lot more momentum towards the upside in most cases. So the thing is, the S&P 500, most of the time, go towards the upside. S&P 500, most of the time, get hype, get momentum, try to squeeze, try to rip, try to run towards those popping areas. So the SPY, I definitely want to pull the trigger today. I definitely want to get after it today. I definitely want to make as much money as I possibly can today. And the reason why I say that is because I didn't trade yesterday. Didn't trade on Tuesday. We only have 3 more days of options trading before we head into the shorts. Right? We got shorting starting on up on Monday. You guys already know that. Everyone should be prepared for that. Everyone's ready to rock and roll. I'm going to be dropping some information tonight over on the shorting and how the shorting strategies are going to go. So make sure you guys are all set. But I want to be able to make, and I want to kick things on off with some amazing option contracts here. See how much money we can really get after it and come out on top. So here, S&P 500 coming back on down, 514.70. Get ready for dip buy. Spike back on up towards around 516.50. That's going to be our main target. Spike back on up, be able to make some great money, be able to make some great cash. As for, yesterday was so slow, we barely had any sort of movement in action. So we definitely want to take that into consideration. Usually what happens, though, after a little bit of a slow day is sometimes we get very, very hot days. And the reason why we get very hot days after very slow days is because traders are very eager. They're saying, hey, I want to trade, I want to get after it, and I want to make some money. So I do like how we got past the slow day already, because now things can get very hot. Things can get very big. Things can get, extremely, things can get extremely, what's the word I'm talking about? Volatile, right? We're looking for a lot of action right off the rip here, okay? So let's get ready to rock on this day. S&P 500, definitely what we're going to be looking at. Obviously, I am going to be more focused over on SPX. That's what I'm going to be more focused on, and, going from there. So we'll watch for a bounce, we'll watch that dip buy, we'll watch for a little bit of volume, we'll watch for that activity. So let's just stay ready on every single account here. TIVC looking for a squeeze and a break towards the upside. Notice that came right up towards around that 200-day moving average, then just came crashing right back on down. REBN, anything here? REBN, a little bit of a spike on up. That's going to hit resistance right at its 200-day moving average. No big press releases that are coming on out right now. Now, again, that's the number one thing that you need out of penny stocks. When you have penny stocks, you guys need to see hot press releases. It's like the perfect formula. It's the perfect key. You need hot press releases for big penny stock rips and runs and shorts and all that good stuff. But the thing is, team, that I want you guys to understand, I want you guys to remember here, is that when you guys are looking for big spikers, you need a low float, you need a hot press release, and you need big volume. If you don't have big volume, a stock isn't going to go anywhere. If a stock doesn't have a hot press release, it doesn't have a reason for people to move into it. And if you don't have a low float, it's going to be probably too difficult to spike that play on up. So we do have 2 low float plays. We have REBN and TIVC. TIVC, unfortunately, is already starting to dump. So you really only have REBN. But REBN doesn't have any sort of big news behind it. So it's like, most likely you're going to hit the 200-day moving average, and then you're most likely going to come crashing right back on down. So please just make sure you guys are keeping that into consideration. Please make sure that you guys realize that going forward. Really, I am more focused over on option trades. I'm more focused on getting ourselves prepared to see what's going to come up on this day and really dive in over on the S&P 500. So let's get ready to rock here. Most likely, I'm not going to touch anything right at the start. I always like kind of waiting for a little bit of that easier setup rather than taking a little bit of that gamble. But, let's see. Do we have any news today? Wednesday, 10 o'clock, wholesale inventories. So we do have news this morning at, again, 10 o'clock, wholesale inventories, and traders are getting excited about that. So we will see again where this momentum is going to take us, and of course, what we're going to see coming on up here next. It is going to be a huge day. It is going to be a huge opportunity for us. And baby, oh baby, oh baby, let's get all set. What I do want to do at this moment, just because I do think it's a little bit of a 50-50, let's just ask the chat room here. So let's go with SPY, right? SPY at this time. Will the market move up or down? So will, again, the market move up today or down today? Do you think it's better to go on calls today? We will see the market move itself back on up. Or do you think it's going to be puts today? We are going to see the market go on down. So everyone on YouTube right now, everyone over on Tradecaster right now, everyone go ahead and cast your vote. So everyone go vote at this moment. You guys can either go right above the live stream to cast your vote, or you guys can click this poll button, and you guys will get an idea of what traders are looking at and what traders are focused on. So let's see here, guys. We got 43% saying calls right now, 47%, 50-50. We got a 47, 44. We got 53% on puts, 48. Calls are taking over, 50-50 split, 48, 46, 56, 44. Whoa, baby. We got a very tight little neck and neck, 48%. Votes are coming on through. 52, 48%. 54, 45%, 48%. Cast your vote if you guys have not yet, because we need to get a good idea of what everyone's thinking in the matter of, I'm closing my eyes and I'm ending this in 3 seconds. We're ending this in 3, 2, 1. Stop the poll. And we have 57% of the chat room. 57% of the chat room is saying that we are going to be seeing a crash today. 57% of the chat room is saying that we are going to get weakness today. 57% of the chat room says that we are going to drop. Now, let's think about this, guys. Is 57% a lot? 57% isn't really that big, to be honest. If you got to say, Deck, what do you think is going to happen on this day? I think we're going to see a big morning dump, and then I think it's going to work itself all the way back on up. That's what I think is going to happen. I think we're going to have a big morning dump, and then we're going to see all the way back on down. So the S&P 500. Watch for the morning crack. 414.75 will definitely be a dip buy opportunity. Remember, super low areas. We got the 50-day moving average all the way back down in the 512s. Those are like super low areas. I really think whatever it does first, it's going to do opposite throughout the day. If we see a big dump in the morning, I think it'll work itself on up. If we see a big spike, I actually think, a spike could hold on up. Honestly, I think I'm leaning just more towards calls today. But I would like to see a little bit of a dump at the start of the day just so we could have a good entry. So that's kind of where I'm leaning towards at this time. Yet we do have those wholesale inventories at 10 o'clock. Definitely could make things a little bit different. Definitely could change some things on out, having that 10 o'clock data. So make sure that you guys are all set, ready to rock on that. All right. So traders, we are getting pumped on up. We are getting ourselves ready to go, and we are excited to see where this momentum is going to take us. I am going to end the live stream for YouTube right here in this moment. But I do want everyone to know today, we are going to be using the other live stream here today. So if you guys are in my chat room today, we are going to be using a different live stream. And the reason why we're going to be using a different live stream is just because I want you guys to give me feedback on it and let me know what you guys think about it. So I am going to use this YouTube. Then I'm going to post a new link. Just add your username, add your email, and you'll be able to have access to it. And if there's any issues or anything, then I'll just jump right back on YouTube for Tradecaster members only. So I am going to end this live stream. Watch and chat. I will be posting a brand new link for you guys, and that link is going to be to our new live stream. We're going to be integrating it. Keep talking in the Tradecaster chat room. There is a chat room on this live stream as well, but I want to let you guys know we'll keep talking in the Tradecaster chat. Okay? So, hey, everyone over on YouTube, shout out to you guys. I'm excited to be able to work with you guys, especially on Monday for the shorting coming on up. But other than that, you know, I'm going to be switching out these live streams and be all set, ready to go. Wishing everyone the best of luck today. Let's get ready to crush it, and I can't wait to see you guys in the green today. Let's do it, baby.